The concept of Thali is vanishing day by day. People, if they want to go out, they just want to have the fancy food.
You made the vegetarian food royal.
Absolutely.
Most restaurants are owned and launched by chefs. How do you come into the industry of food?
I'm not a chef, but I love cooking.
आज इतने सारे डिशेस आप सर्व करते हैं इन वन थाली. How do you do that?
We have on an average around 12 to 15 people in our kitchen. Every half an hour, a fresh batch of food is being cooked.
Because most people who start a restaurant, it shuts within a year. How to cope up with losses?
I have paid a lot of price. There have been at times the restaurants have not done well. I had to shut down. I have made losses.
There are a lot of restaurants जिनको Michelin star मिलता है. Do you run in that race?
I have not done any course for the Michelin chef.
क्या ये difficult था to make a choice कि आपका restaurant vegetarian dishes ही serve करेगा?
In India, Marwari, Gujarati, Jain community itself is a huge population which is staying over here. Food is something which you eat first with your eyes, then it goes through your mouth.
Are we going to see a Maharaja Bhog near Eiffel Tower?
Hopefully soon, yes.
We all know about the brand that Maharaja Bhog is, and most of us love the cuisine, love to go there, eat. But who is this man behind Maharaja Bhog? Who is Ashish Maheshwari? Please आप ये बताइए हमारे दर्शकों के लिए.
So, I'm also the same आम जनता जैसा मैं भी आपके जैसा ही हूँ यार. Food was my passion and childhood से food मुझे बहुत पसंद था. I was a foodie from my childhood. I tried a lot of different businesses before entering into food. My father's business was electronics, which I was never interested from my childhood. I tried his business, but it really did not give me the kick. After that, I tried diamond industry, jewelry industry, diamond jewelry business I did for 3 to 4 years. That again did not give me that kick which I wanted a satisfaction to do. Finally, in Orbit Mall was the first venture where we started. The mall culture came in. The first mall where Thali concept was needed, and that's how it gave me a kick. Okay, let's give me a try over here to start off somewhere from the food industry.
So you're just a foodie, or आपने या तो आप you've already trained yourself, or you were a chef. Like most restaurants are owned and launched by chefs. So you being an entrepreneur and being from an industry background of business, how do you come into the industry of food?
Business was the background. Being
Yeah.
entrepreneurship was into the blood. So that's how I came into the food business. Food was my passion, and business I made sure I make it a big business. Entering into a food, that was the only thing. There was no course, nothing I have done in the food industry. I'm not a chef, but I love cooking. That is my passion again from my childhood. I used to cook food. I still cook food many a times now
Really?
also. Yes.
That's very good. From the beginning, you said you were into electronic and you tried your hands in diamond business. What brought you to restaurant specifically?
I was seeing a lot of change, a shift which was happening, a lot of international cuisines which were coming into the market. People were diversifying themselves more into the international cuisines, but they were forgetting the traditional home style Indian food which was being served, which was being relished during olden times. So that vacuum I was able to analyze, that vacuum I was able to see कि the concept of thali is vanishing day by day, concept of traditional food is vanishing day by day. People, if they want to go out, they just want to have the fancy food. That thing which I saw in depth was कि no, our traditional old culture should definitely not be vanished, and there are people's 35 40 plus who doesn't want to eat every time the fancy food which they go out and eat. They want to eat the home style simple food. And today in the busy world, everybody is just Bombay traffic, as we all know, all over the world, the traffic which is there. People don't have time for themselves. People don't have time to spend on their family, on their food, to make good food. They just want to eat whatever they get quickly and easier. So that was a vacuum which was there in the market, which I thought I could definitely try to fulfill it.
And are you enjoying the process all along?
Yes, definitely.
Because after trying so many industries and so many businesses before, you must have had vast spectrum of understanding of business.
See, nothing comes easy in life.
Of course.
You have to pay a price. A lot of price I have paid to learn the business, to enter into the business, since I have not done any kind of course or degree and everything. So you pay the price for it. I have paid a lot of price. There have been at times restaurants have not done well. I had to shut down. I have made losses, but learn from the mistake and grow ahead.
Great. Before we go into the depth of it and explore your journey, I want to first understand, why did you name your restaurant Maharaja Bhog? What is the story behind this name? Because this is a very peculiar name, to be honest. Most restaurants go for a vibe sort of a name, very interesting Western lingo, pop culture references. But your name is very rooted in tradition, is specifically the Indian culture. Why did you name it Maharaja Bhog?
So I was a foodie from childhood, as I told you, and at home we get simple food, two vegetables, dal, rice, and all. But at times, if I don't like a vegetable, don't like the second vegetable, then what? I'm going to be hungry. So when I thought of getting into the restaurant industry, during olden time when Maharaj, the kings used to have a lavish feast and everything. That's how I got connected. Ke if I'm not liking it, I want to keep the same thing for the customer. If not two, at least four vegetables should be there. If the customer doesn't like one or two, at least they have another two options to eat. I did not want it to have a simple, just a limited kind of a meal. It has to be a elaborated platter on the feast.
But was that not a challenge? Because अगर आप आज के restaurants देखें, most restaurants, if you think about like a feast का जब concept आता है तो you only think about, for instance, a non-vegetarian restaurant, like a Mughlai dish, like a Lebanese dish, or a Middle Eastern dish, sometimes even a Western spread. But to think of something like a thali is again very peculiar and unique to your brand, Maharaja Bhog. So, did you not find it challenging कि लोग उसको छोड़ के आपके रेस्टोरेंट की तरफ क्यों आएंगे for a thali?
People have actually always, when it comes to feast, it comes in our mind as Mughlai, Lebanese, and all these
Correct.
cuisine. But in India itself, we ourself has got so many beautiful traditional feasts. Like Rajasthan, आप चले जाओ, Gujarat आप चले जाइए, Punjab आप चले जाइए. There are huge varieties of food which is there, which has never been showcased for in our Indian culture. So that was the only thing. We talk about the feast, there is Indian feast also, which is already available into our market, which has never been showcased.
और हिंदुस्तान में इतने सारे वैरायटीज़ हैं, इतने सारे क्विजीन्स हैं, इतने सारे रीजनल क्विजीन्स हैं. रीजनल में फिर डिस्ट्रिक्ट में अलग है, सिटी में अलग है.
Every
So,
10 kilometers, if you will go in India, every 10 kilometers has a different taste in India.
so how did you pick what to put in your thali?
So, being a Marwadi, in Rajasthan, we have a huge varieties of food menu. Rajasthan and Gujarati was the culture, which I thought Rajasthan and Gujarati is a traditional food which people love more, there are huge varieties of dishes which they serve. So that was the main thing which I started with. Let's start with Rajasthani and a Gujarati mix of both thali. We started with that, and along with that, with the time change, we have added few Punjabi dishes also. So that's why we call it Maharaja Bhog as a Rajasthani Gujarati traditional home style food.
Great. But did you feel that it is difficult to build a feast experience in a thali, especially जब कि वो वेजिटेरियन हो? क्या ये डिफ़िकल्ट था टू मेक अ चॉइस कि आपका रेस्टोरेंट वेजिटेरियन डिशेस ही सर्व करेगा?
No, it wasn't difficult. Definitely not. Because in India, as I told, like Marwari, Gujarati, Jain community itself is a huge population which is staying over here. Of course, there are non-veg people also which eat, but this community itself is huge in itself, and that itself is giving us a good revenue, good business today.
बट अगर आप, यू सेड योर फर्स्ट आउटलेट वाज इन
In Orbit
ऑर्बिट
Mall.
मॉल. if you go to an Orbit Mall in the food court, you will find most restaurants and takeaway counters are non-vegetarians. And even if they are selling a pizza, a burger, or any fast food, quick service, whatever, they are mostly non-vegetarian. So definitely their footfall demand is non-vegetarian food. You came up with a vegetarian thali, that too a feast. How could you have that courage?
People need change. Change is a must. You cannot eat every day a non-veg. You cannot eat every day a non-veg. So people need change. And there are times where kids wants to eat non-veg, but the parents want to eat a vegetarian home-style simple food. So the parents come to us, they dine with us, and the kids eat in the food court or the other restaurants in the mall.
I want to pick your brains on the idea that, as you rightly said, that a lot of people who are vegetarian mostly cook their food at home. So हमारी कंडीशनिंग ऐसी हुई है कि अगर हमको शाकाहारी खाना खाना है तो हम घर पे खाएंगे. मुझे ये ज़्यादा चैलेंजिंग इसलिए लगता है आपका बिजनेस मॉडल देख के, आपका ब्रांड देख के, कि हम नॉर्मली जब बाहर जाते हैं खाने के लिए, वी वांट टू ट्राई समथिंग एल्स, नॉट द रेगुलर वेजिटेरियन फूड दैट वी ईट. So for me it is really challenging and mind blowing that you managed to build a restaurant and a chain by just putting vegetable dishes on the plate. So did you not feel any demand or supply gap from your customers in the beginning?
Not really, because घर पे आप बनाएंगे, आप simple food ही बनाएंगे. You will not make the traditional authentic dishes. Like for an example, a dal bati churma. It requires a lot of time to make a dal bati churma. Undio, Kathiawadi undio and all. All these dishes you don't get easily in the market. Everybody is not making that. And at home, if you want to make for 4 to 5 people, it takes a lot of time to make those dishes.
Okay.
So that is the difference which is there. People come to us because they want to eat a traditional food. They love the traditional food, but they can't make it at home because number of people are less, or they don't know the right way to make it. The taste is not coming what it should be there. So that's where we win the
So
customers.
you
heart.
made the vegetarian food royal.
Absolutely.
And that is why it is different from your homemade, home-cooked
Yes.
vegetarian food.
Yes.
If I walk into a Maharaja Bhog today and I try your thali, which particular dish would you think will explain and surmise the feel and look of the feel and the taste of Maharaja Bhog in one dish? What dish would you pick?
That's the dal bati churma.
Okay.
Dal bati churma gatte ki sabji. Plus, we have a 30 days, 30 different menus. So whenever a customer is coming to our restaurant, they are not going to get bored, because every time there's a new set of menu which we are being serving every day.
30 days, 30 new menus.
30 days, 30 different menus.
Wow. So you must have a big job to decide that menu.
Yes,
and
yes.
Specifically in vegetarian, do you go beyond Rajasthani and Gujarati cuisine?
No, we do go, but not like we do go in Rajasthani, Gujarati, but certain part of North Indian.
Okay. So in today's restaurant scene, as we just spoke, that it is difficult to build a vegetarian brand. Do you think in the fight for fine dine, where a lot of people, where they want to indulge, where they want to splurge, they want to go to a restaurant which is like very posh, located at a very good locality position, which has a vibe. Was it difficult for you to create that vibe for Maharaja Bhog, being it a vegetarian restaurant and serving Indian food?
Not really, because from day one I was very clear that if I will make something nice, good app where people should feel proud. Oh, I am at Maharaja Bhog. So if you'll see all our interiors and everything, we have good height, 18 feet height of most of our restaurants. They give you a palace feel where you are entering inside our restaurant. The look and feel interior has been designed. I'm not just focusing on the food, ambience, everything, keeping it into consideration. It has been designed.
So you make the customer feel like a Maharaja.
Yes.
Great.
Atithi Devo Bhava.
Atithi Devo Bhava.
Yeah.
Great. Do you think vegetarian cuisines, Indian vegetarian food, lost the marketing battle somewhat in the country,
Not really.
in the restaurant scene?
Not really.
Because आपके अलावा ऐसा कौन है जो कर रहा है ये?
Vegetarian mein?
Yeah.
Many people are converting from non-veg to vegetarian. There are
Oh,
many people we are
because
seeing.
demand है काफी.
Yes, and because demand bhi hai, and non-veg is difficult to digest. People are transferring a lot into vegetarian cuisine. Vegetarian food has got multiple benefits out of it.
Of course, yeah.
Yes,
और अभी तो जो हेल्थ सीन है उसमें a lot of people are turning vegan,
yes, plant-based
vegetarian,
food,
plant based food.
vegan.
So यू हैव अ वेजिटेरियन रेस्टोरेंट और आजकल खासकर जो जेंजी है जो यूथ है हमारा दे आर माइग्रेटिंग टूवर्ड्स बिकमिंग अ वीगन.
They want the vegan food when they come and dine with us.
When you started your restaurant, did you find difficulties promoting a vegetarian restaurant?
No,
How did you promote it then?
through through the marketing tools, I had started promoting it.
And like regular means.
Yes, regular meals.
और तो आपके मॉल में जो फुटफॉल थे दैट बिल्ड योर
Yes, yes, yes.
Customer base.
Yes, yes.
एंड यू थिंक माउथ पब्लिसिटी से ज़्यादा फर्क पड़ा आपको?
Yes, definitely. Mouth publicity was the first thing which we saw. The online marketing and everything that had come at a very later stage. People who came, who dined with us, mouth-to-mouth publicity was the best publicity, which really gave us a good kickstart to start with Maharaja Bhog.
They say change is the only constant. So, in these changing times, why do you think Maharaja Bhog after even 12 years is so relevant? Because every new day हमारे पास आज कोई ना कोई नया डिश आ रहा है, कोई फॉरेन शेफ आ रहा है, कोई मिशलिन स्टार आ रहा है, एंड वी हैव a plethora of varieties to go for. Why do you think people still want to have that feast experience, the Maharaja experience, the Excel the larger than life experience? Why is it still relevant?
I see many people, many customers when they come and dine with us, they said, "Harsh, पेट भर गया, मज़ा आ गया, पेट भर गया पर नीयत नहीं भरी अभी तक." Because they try different cuisine. Many new cuisine, many new restaurants are definitely opening up. But ultimately we are Indians. अपना दाल रोटी खा के ही अपना पेट भरता है, दिल भरने वाला है.
Yeah.
So that is the thing which people do try new restaurants. Ultimately they come back to us कि today we really had a proper meal.
शायद यही कारण है कि जब आप फॉरेन जाते हैं आपको किसी भी कंट्री में एक इंडियन रेस्टोरेंट तो मिल ही जाता है. टुडेज टाइम द एज ऑफ द इंटरनेट देयर इज़ अ लॉट ऑफ टॉक एंड बज अबाउट whether your food is organic, whether it is sourced correctly, whether it is farmed correctly, ethically. आप अपने जो डिशेस बनाते हैं उसके लिए जो आप रॉ मटेरियल्स लाते हैं, सब्जी लाते हैं, भाजी लाते हैं, where do you source it from? Is it like an organic source or do you have a farm that is specifically dedicated to you? How do you do that?
So quality is something which is non-negotiable for us, and definitely we pick up from the local farm, and the taste changes, the menu changes, region to region, time to time, season to season, things keep on changing.
As in, like if you're you have how many outlets now?
15.
15. For 15 outlets, you cannot be just going to अपना बाजू वाला sabzi mandi. You must have a vendor.
We have a dedicated vendor. Suppliers are dedicated, which are there. From them only we pick up. We do a lot of trials and error before we finalize any of our suppliers. So that only it has been circulated to all outlets.
Okay. आशीष जी, आज के डेट में there are a lot of restaurants जिनको मिशलिन स्टार मिलता है. Do you run in that race?
See, that is a different category altogether. They are certified chef from the degree colleges. They have done all of those things. That's the reason they have been called Michelin chef and everything. Wherein in our case at Maharaja Bhog, I have not done any course for the Michelin chef. Neither I have done another catering college or something.
Was it difficult not being a chef and opening up restaurants and many restaurants?
Not really. If you know the right food which you've been eating from your childhood, if you know the taste, so it's not real difficult to get it done from our chef. You should know your product before you before you serve it to your customers. So being a foodie from my childhood, whatever I love, whatever I used to eat, I'm being serving most of those stuff into our thali.
Oh, so taste was your guide.
Yes.
आपके अपने जो taste buds हैं आपने उसको explore किया.
Absolutely.
I'm sure it takes a lot of effort. You said you have 30 different menus for 30 different days,
Yes.
30 days in a month. How do you decide what to put in a one-day menu?
So a menu has been designed well in advance. It's been planned. It has to be a balanced food. It has to be a balanced thali in terms of the taste, in terms of the proper nutritions, proper fats has to be balanced into the thali. It has to be a traditional food which is being served into the thali.
So you look after the holistic approach of the thali in terms of nutrition, in terms of how many carbs, fats, and you also
Texture,
balance it
color, taste.
texture with you balance it with texture and with taste.
Yes.
Do you think it is difficult for you because you're not a chef?
Not really now. Earlier, yes, definitely. During initial stage, yes, definitely. With over the years of experience, not at all now.
In today's time where there are cafes and boutique restaurants with one or two people in the kitchen, how many people do you usually have in your kitchen?
We have on an average around 12 to 15 people in a kitchen.
Wow, that is a lot of
That
people.
is a lot of manpower.
Ashishji, I want to understand because this really intrigues me. You, as an entrepreneur, when you started this, how, in those times, I'm sure there were not many companies who were providing, trials or something like that. How did you, when you designed it, when you conceptualized it, did you do a trial
Yes, many a time.
like before opening the restaurant?
Yes, yes, yes,
How,
yes.
just take us through that process.
So trial as in we did a lot of family friends trial. A lot of people were being invited. A lot of known people.
Marwadis and Gujaratis.
Marwaris and Gujaratis were definitely being invited.
Okay.
I had taken a lot of their inputs, their feedbacks, which really gave me a good push into the ongoing business which I'm doing today. And
Because
I'm always open for any suggestions. I'm most welcome.
do you still take suggestions from your
Yes,
customers?
definitely, definitely. To learn in our industry, it's endless.
Yes, because to design a concept is easy. To
Sustain,
sustain it, maintain it, grow it is very, very
very
difficult.
difficult. Absolutely.
What is the one thing that you find challenging even now after running 15 restaurants?
Challenging, most challenging has become nowadays is team, the team which is there, team, manpower,
To find good chefs.
to find good chef. At the same time, the government compliances which are growing day by day, those are really getting very difficult in today's market to run the business as compared to the earlier days which we had started.
You mentioned when you started business, it was a different time. I think you started in 2012.
Yes.
Bharat has changed a lot since then. There's been a lot of development. We've become a bigger economy. Business, so they say, is booming. You have come up with 15 restaurants till now. But every day there is a new trend. There are cafes, there are, social media trends where matcha is here, boba is here, bene is here. I want to understand from you, as an entrepreneur, what do you think is the biggest change from the time that you've started and now?
So India's food culture is becoming more experimental and global, if you will see. So that is the main reason. At the same time, you have to be rooted. You have to be rooted to. You have to be grounded and rooted to your basic facts of the Indian culture, which is there. So this is the main reason.
You think because Indians are so rooted in their culture,
Absolutely.
they are able to match up to these new trends coming from different countries, different times altogether.
Yes.
So, Ashishji, you have designed a lot of recipes. I mean, if you multiply 30 into 30, that sums up to a lot of recipes.
Yes.
In all these recipes, have you ever realized that we have almost everything that one can think of in our Indian culture, regional cuisine, local cuisines, जो कि हम ढूंढते हैं किसी ना किसी और शेप साइज फॉर्मेट में जब हम किसी फॉरेन cuisine को एक्सप्लोर करते हैं. What do you think about this?
See, foreign cuisine may there are a lot of varieties, different, but we Indian are spoiled from our childhood. We want proper, good, tasty food. Our taste buds are always on the higher side as compared to the foreigners. So in Indian food you will find every 10 kilometers may for 20 kilometers may the taste the culture is getting diversified, so those all things are put into our thali. Keeping all of those things, having the cosmo crowd which is coming and dining, it is just not the Marwadi and Gujarati community which are coming and dining at our place, it is all cosmo crowd which comes and dine at our place. So keeping all of those aspects in mind, we design our menu.
Ashish ji, you know, business is not easy. And the most challenging thing about business that it's dynamic. It's ever so growing and ever so complicated. But somehow Dhanda and Marwadis are like synonyms to each other. I have never met one Marwadi person who has not done well eventually in the businesses that they do. About 0.6% population of the country, but you contribute immensely to the global network of economy and Indian economy as well. हाउ डू यू थिंक कि मारवाड़ीज़ में एक के बाद एक इतने ब्रिलियंट लोग आते हैं जो बिजनेस इतना ब्रिलियंटली कर पाते हैं?
दैट्स इन आवर ब्लड. मारवाड़ियों के खून में ही बिजनेस है, ऐसा नहीं है. एंड वी आर बीइंग सीइंग फ्रॉम माय चाइल्डहुड, ग्रोन विद दैट एनवायरनमेंट, सीइंग द सिस्टम.
ऐसा क्या आपने बोला आप फूडी थे, आपने ऐसा क्या खाया कि आपने इतना अच्छा बिजनेस बना दिया? या आप लोगों के क्या कल्चर है, आप लोगों की क्या ट्रेनिंग है? व्हेन यू आर ग्रोइंग अप, योर एल्डर्स, not everybody was as rich when we were growing up, even Marwadis, but you see today majority of them, a large majority of them are doing brilliantly well. So I just want your explanation as a Marwadi, as an insider. आपको क्या लगता है?
So if you will see a Marwadi wedding, it's at a very different level, right from your morning breakfast से लेके रात को ड्राई फ्रूट दूध के साथ में आपको सोना पी के सोना है एंड ऑल. सो बचपन से वो चीज़ देखते हुए आए, बचपन से फंक्शन शादी एंड एवरीथिंग इट्स at a very massive level पे होता है. Lot of variety, lot of food is which is being there, lot of richness of the food is there, taste was there. So all of those things बचपन से देखते हुए आए. So that's how the concept comes कि boss, this is a vacuum when it can be served at Rajasthan and Gujarat. Why not in Mumbai? Why not at the other parts of the world? Why can't we take it?
But why are you so good at business?
That's in the blood.
हम आज इंडिया में देखते हैं कि बहुत सारे फूड चेन्स हैं ऑफ डिफरेंट क्विजीन्स इंटरनेशनली, इटालियन है, चाइनीज़ है. बट जब हम फॉरेन कंट्रीज़ में जाते हैं, वी डोंट सी एज मैनी इंडियन रेस्टोरेंट्स स्पेसिफिकली जो किसी रीजन को बिलोंग करते हैं, बिकॉज जितना बड़ा वहाँ देश होता है उतना बड़ा हमारे यहाँ पे एक स्टेट होता है. और हमारे यहाँ पे एक स्टेट में सेवरल क्विजीन्स होती हैं, उस स्टेट की अपनी एक क्विजीन तो होती ही है. But we don't see that in the foreign countries when we travel. So do you think the Indian food, the Indian spread, the Indian diet is somewhat losing a battle internationally?
No, it is not because of that. We are losing battle because of the visas. Most of the Indian chef, Indian cook, they don't get the visa, the work permit visa, which is required internationally, the other parts of the world. Since they want certain kind of a degree, below that they don't give them the visa. And that's where we lose the battle. That's where they are team, they don't get the visas.
Do you think it is designed by purpose?
Not really. Not really, because every country wants to take care of their territory.
Local.
Yes, they are local also.
Because when I have traveled, say for instance, when I have been to Maldives, majority of the chefs that I meet are from India. आप भी कभी फॉरेन जाएंगे तो आप ऐसे बहुत ज़्यादा तो नहीं, कम से कम एक पार्शल परसेंटेज तो आपको इंडियन शेफ्स के मिलेंगे.
Absolutely.
But those Indian chefs are specialized in foreign cuisines.
So there is a difference between a chef and a Maharaj. Our cuisine is being prepared by Maharaj, not by chef. Chef is a person who has a degree, who has in a degree college, who has studied, who has the scholarship and everything. Whereas a Maharaj, he is not educated, but he knows how to prepare good Indian food, which satisfy our
अच्छा
taste
खाना
bud.
बनाने के लिए डिग्री की नहीं कोई आवश्यकता नहीं है.
बिल्कुल नहीं जी.
एक्सपर्टीज बिना डिग्री के भी हो सकती है.
Yes, absolutely.
And that is where your brilliant chefs come into the picture.
Yes,
I think that is the reason behind your followership and your customers who come to you for the last 12 years.
Absolutely, absolutely.
If someone wants to start a business of restaurants today, शुरू तो एक से करनी पड़ेगी. What will be your suggestion to them?
Passion, डेडिकेशन, एफर्ट्स बहुत लगनी है. आज की तारीख में स्टार्ट करेंगे तो डेफिनेटली कंसिस्टेंसी, फूड कंसिस्टेंसी, सर्विस, everything has to be looked after to the app.
Because most people who start a restaurant, it shuts within a year, specifically because they handle losses and they cannot fathom the loss in a continuous process.
Absolutely.
How to cope up with losses, because it's meant to happen in a restaurant. You yourself face that. उसको कैसे handle करें? आप अपने कुछ experiences बताइए.
So a lot of government subsidies are there nowadays in market, which was not there earlier. A lot of MSME things are there in the market. If they make use of those things, definitely then they can sustain for a longer period of time. They can focus on the business. They can do better than what they are doing now.
When you started in 2012, the government was different, the laws were different. If you were to start today, do you think it would have been easier or harder?
Very harder.
Really?
Very hard, yes.
Why?
The norms have changed a lot. The government policies have changed a lot. The expenses have gone a lot high. The manpower attrition has become very high. So there's a lot of change which is happening, a lot of shift which has happened from earlier to today.
What in terms of norms do you think has become more stringent from the time that you've started and now?
So from the time I've started and now, if we see the government which is there, the government system, process, strictness, everything has become too much as compared to what is used to be liberal earlier, which is ultimately good for all of us in today's day. But as compared to earlier, in today's day, there's a lot of government interruption which has happened, which is good for the long run.
So what do they make sure of when you say there are these laws?
In the same, in the terms of the GST compliances, the other things which are there in the finance industry, those all things compile to
Which
a
is
lot.
tough for an entrepreneur.
Yes, which is tough for a freshly come entrepreneur, whether he will focus on the business or the government compliances.
Today is the day of internet. Today is the day of Instagram. आज अगर कोई क्लोथिंग ब्रांड भी लॉन्च करता है, सो दे वेयर देयर ओन ब्रांड, दे कम इन फ्रंट ऑफ द कैमरा एंड दे से, oh hi guys, I'm doing this, I'm doing that. You think hospitality is going to survive? Hospitality is going to survive this new age where you have to not only do the business, you have to be the business, you have to be the product, you have to be the brand?
It is a mix of both. It is not purely social media which is going to take care of your business. It is the customer experience which is there, customer memory which is there. The customer comes, dine, relishes the food, talk to the friends, that the customer becomes the talk of the town, that customer becomes the talk of the town, and that's what really gives a kick to the business itself.
The customers do the mouth publicity.
Mouth
for you.
publicity, yes.
पर आपको ऐसा लगता है कि सोशल मीडिया पे प्रमोशन करना ज़रूरी है आपको?
It is for the awareness of the brand, but a customer जो आके खाके relish करके जाएगा, mouth publicity is going to definitely be the best publicity.
उससे बड़ी एडवर्टाइजिंग एसेट नहीं है.
Absolutely नहीं जी.
आज के एंटरप्रेन्योर के लिए आप क्या मैसेज देना चाहेंगे? Specifically, I tell you, because a lot of people want to start a business. Not everybody has the salt to do it, है ना? उसके अंदर आइडियाज़ तो है, पर आइडियाज़ को एक्शन में कन्वर्ट करने की कैपेबिलिटी सब में नहीं होती. आपने अपने आइडिया को कई बार एक्शंस में कन्वर्ट किया एंड उससे आपने बिजनेसेस किए. फाइनली यू गॉट इनटू अ बिजनेस दैट मेड यू हु यू आर टुडे. आफ्टर हैविंग सच अ लर्निंग कर्व, what is your suggestion and advice to young entrepreneurs?
So when I started my business, even I made a lot of mistakes, but my father, who always stood with me, who always corrected me, who always supported me wherever I'm doing wrong. My uncle, who really guided me into the food industry, Barot family, they really guided me right way, right things to be done. So those were the learning which I had. Good entrepreneurs standing behind me, who supported me during my bad times when I was at the initial struggle stage. They definitely supported me to come up, and today, because of them, definitely I have reached where I am. And at the same time, if today's entrepreneur, which are they have to dedicate themselves. Everybody wants a shortcut in today's generation. If you will see, they want to quick over, they want to change over fast. No, boss, you need to have patience. Business needs patience. It needs passion. It needs dedication. So all these things put together will definitely, entrepreneur will not be in the long run. They will not be under the losses.
So there is no shortcut, and there is no giving up after facing your first challenge. I think consistency is what is required.
Yes, and every day it's a learning process. It's a learning process. Every day you will learn something new. So at least for couple of years, if you will give to a business, then you will come to know the pros and cons, good or bad. Should you continue? Should you not continue? You have to
You
give time. You cannot switch over in 6 months. Okay, it's not working. Move on to the next business. That's not the way businesses are run.
you as Ashish Maheshwari had your family and community behind you, with their experiences backing you, their advices supporting you. What if somebody comes from a very different background who do not have people behind them like you? आप अपने एक्सपीरियंसेस से उनको मोटिवेट करने के लिए क्या कहना चाहेंगे?
See, in during my times there, social media was not there. आज की तारीख में कोई business को किसी को business start करना है, there are so many on the digital platform. There are so many people who are there to guide you in your right direction. Whether if you want to start a dark kitchen itself only, or you want to start a business or a restaurant business, there are people who are there. There are agency in the market who can support you, who can guide you the right way so that you don't make mistakes. So if people don't have any guidance, if people don't have any support from the family or the friends, so you have agencies in the market, you could make good use of them.
Great. Would Maharaja Bhog or Ashish Maheshwari will ever open a non-vegetarian restaurant?
Never.
What is the reason behind it?
Never eaten, never tasted. Being a Marwadi, never seen in those directions.
So it's a conditioning call and a conscious call.
Both.
Great. Lastly, I have had a very fruitful discussion with you. I've learned so much. I've understood so much. I'm sure the people have learned so much, how to become a businessman, how to become an entrepreneur, how to learn from your mistakes and grow. You have already grown your business from one restaurant to 15. What is next for Ashish Maheshwari?
Next is to have Maharaja Bhog presence all over the globe. That's what I'm working on.
Okay.
Places where we can't get the visa, how can we open the outlets? Those are the things which are running in the pipeline.
Are we going to see a Maharaja Bhog near Eiffel Tower?
Hopefully soon, yes.
On that note, I wish you all the best. You represent our culture, you represent our cuisine, which is very important. And I would encourage everybody to give your roots a chance to make who you are. On that note, thank you so much, Ashish ji.
Thank you so
It
much,
was
Ravi.
lovely speaking to you.
Thank you so much. Same here.